Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome, dear devotees. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 3, chapter number 1, Questions by Vidura. Today we are going to start from text number 25. Before we begin, let's do a quick summary by Kamal Nayan Prabhu, and then we will continue our discussion further.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. After Vidura left the palace, he went through many pilgrimages, and he is currently now in the Prabhata Kshetra. And while he was in the Prabhata Kshetra, Vidura got to know that there were two wars which happened. One was the Kurukshetra war, another one was the Yadulila, which is Moshalila. And wars are happening due to the two reasons. One is due to the stubbornness, and other one is due to the will of the Lord. And the war is always internal. The analogy given is that of a forest fire, because the forest fire happens internally. Not no external elements actually invoke the fire. And and then uh, and and the reason for the Moksha Lila was due to the puffed upness of the Yadu dynasty. Um and and the other point you mentioned, Prabhu, was that the world is like a forest flame, and there are three measures of the life, and uh, flames have come only to destroy us, and there is no escape. The only escape of the fire is through the rain. And it is similarly, Krishna is the ocean of the mercy, and Guru picks up the drops of the water from the ocean of the clouds and showers, so that we can escape from this forest fire. And in order to have this forest fire, the three things are required so that we can continuously escape from this fire. One is continuous rain, intensity. The rain needs to be intense, and it should be for long. So similarly, we have to do our service continuously with the intensity and for a long term, so that we can escape from this forest fire. Um, and after that, Vidura is moving on to the other places. So he's continuing his yatra. Now he is in yatra where he's on the bank of river Saraswati, and he's visiting the 11 places. And here Prabhupada has mentioned that the temples are not something which were built very recently. They have been coming from the long time ago, and temples are very important. And temples are very important for two purposes. One, from material point of view, temple gives us the peace, and from spiritual point of view, they connect us back to the Supreme Lord. And after this, Vidura continued his travel, and is on the bank of river Yamuna, where he meets the great devotee of Uddhava. So we'll see what happens next. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Amazing. Thank you, Kamal Nayan Prabhu. Excellent summary. So let's see what happens after that. We saw Vidura gave good advice. Duryodhan go अच्छे के लिए बोला. Dhritarashtra, he gave a good advice for their own benefit, but they didn't like. They insulted him, and then Duryodhan insulted him, tossed him out of the palace, leaving him with his breath only. And then Vidura left home. He goes on the pilgrimage, Mathura, Ayodhya, Dwarka at Prabhasa. He reached the Prabhakshetra and he is meeting the pure devotee of Krishna, Uddhava there. Let's see what's happening after he meets. क्या होता है? Kamal Nayan Prabhu, text number 25 you are doing.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. स वासुदेव अनुचरं प्रशान्तं बृहस्पते प्रक्तनयं प्रतीतम् आलिङ्गगादं प्रणयेन भद्रं स्वनम् अपृच्छत् भगवत्प्रजानाम्. Translation by His Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then, due to his great love and feeling, Vidura embraced him, Uddhava, who was a constant companion of Lord Krishna and formerly a great student of Brihaspati's. Vidura then asked him for news of the family of Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
When they met, when Vidura meets Uddhava. Because of great love and feeling, Vidura embraced him. Text number 26 also, and then we can combinedly discuss. Sonal
Hare,
Mataji.
yes, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.1.26. Kachet Purano Purusho Sunabhya Padmanuvratyai Kilavati Ranau Asat Urva Kushalam Vidaya Kratshanam Kushalam Shurgehe. Translation by Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Please tell me the original personalities of Godhead who incarnated themselves at the request of Brahma, who is born out of the lotus flower from the Lord, and who have increased the prosperity of the world by elevating everyone, are doing well in the house of Surashen. Thank you.
Thank you. So यहाँ पे प्रभाग क्षेत्र के बाद when Vidur ji continued his pilgrimage and he goes to the bank of the river Yamuna, that's where he is meeting Uddhava. After meeting Uddhava, Vidura is asking about text number 26 में, please tell me, whether the original personalities of Godhead. ऐसा लिखा है, personalities of Godhead means Krishna and Balram. Prabhupada is explaining that in the purport, both of them. And he is asking. See, Vidurji went on a dham for a yatra. First thing we have to understand that Vidura did not need to go to the dham. He could have stayed at home also. His home was also a dham. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं था कि उनको कहीं प्यूरिफिकेशन के लिए बाहर जाना था. There is a external and internal reason for all different pastimes of the Lord. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये मौशा लीला कई कई लोग बोलते हैं कि बिकॉज ऑफ द गांधारी श्राप ऑल द यदु डायनेस्टी हैव टू बी किल्ड. External reason could be there, but internal reason is we know how Moshal Lila, why it was happening, because of the burden on the earth. Some of the demigods, they have appeared to associate with Krishna's pastimes, and they have to go back to their respective positions. And there are some puffed ones as well, those who were, because of the wealth and power, they wouldn't be behaving properly. So that is the internal reason. There is an external reason and internal reason for different pastimes. For example, Krishna leaving this world, departing from this planet. कई लोग बोलते हैं कि because of that hunter, the Jara, uske arrow se Krishna had to leave the planet. External reason, yes, because of the hunter shot the arrow on the Krishna tweet, Krishna departed from this planet. But the internal reason is, Krishna's pastime is being winded up. वो समय आ गया था कि यहाँ से Krishna has to wind up his pastime, अपने लीला, भौम्य लीला, and then he has to go into some other place. So there is a different reason. Even the same way, विदुर जी का भी यहाँ पे धाम पे जाने का there is an external and internal reason. External reason we see that because of the insult by Duryodhana he has left the palace. Actually देखा जाए तो विदुर जी का घर था. Krishna used to come. कभी कभी आते थे, वहां पे रहते थे, बिन बुलाए आते थे. Krishna, wherever Krishna resides, Krishna stays. He was coming to relax. He was coming to have food. वो जय माधव मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, उसमें आता है that भजन में that दुर्योधन का भोग न खायो, रूखो साग विदुर घर खायो. जय राधा दुर्योधन को भोग न खायो, रूखो साग विदुर घर खायो. जय राधा मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम. तो उसमें बताते हैं कि विदुर जी के घर पे तो कृष्णा आते थे, रहते थे, आराम करते थे, खाते थे. एंड दैट प्लेस वेयर कृष्णा रिसाइड्स, that becomes a dham. So that's why Vidurji did not need to go. But that is the external reason given because of the insult he has to go. Now the internal reason is this meeting, what the Samvad, Maitreya and sorry, अभी तो मैत्रेय मुनि आए नहीं, अभी तो विदुर जी and उद्धवा का संवाद जो है, that discussion has to happen because when great personalities meet, that is a different kind of discussion that is very important, and that internal reason is this meeting has to happen, this discussion has to happen, and that is why Vidur ji actually left. Otherwise his home was like a dham only. In our situation also, when we go to the dham, we go for purification. when हम जब भी जाते हैं तो हमारा शुद्धिकरण के लिए we develop, we progress in bhakti, that's why we go to the dham. But when great devotees, when Uttamadhikaris or when the pure devotees visit dham, they don't go to visit for purification, they go to purify others, those who are in the dham. We go to take association, but the pure devotees are in the dham to give initiation. See the difference? There are some devotees or the pure devotees, they go to the dham for uh, uh, giving the association to others and to purify others. We go to the dham to get the association to purify our own self. So there is a different reason. And in the same way, Vidurji has also went on a pilgrimage to different places. Now, when they meet Uddhava, when they are meeting, see, both are pure devotees. Here it is said, when Vidurji met Uddhava, pure devotees of Lord Shri Krishna. He is a cousin of Krishna, student of Brahaspati, very learned. We have discussed this before, that how his position is in a very close circle of the Lord. Vidurji knew Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Uddhava also knew Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. They both are great devotees. So when they meet, the talk would be about Krishna, something very important. Even if we see in the hierarchy, Radhara Mahima Prema Rasa Sima. Radharani's love, Prema Rasa Sima, that is the topmost, highest for Krishna. Below that, the hierarchy given is the gopis of Vrindavan. They have the highest love for Krishna. Below that, the Vrajvasis or Damvasis, Vraja people, they have the love for Krishna. And below that, it's just Uddhava comes. So in the hierarchy, and that's why Uddhava prays, I want to be a lata, I want to be a creeper, or I want to be a grass in Vrindavan. Why? Because he can have the dust of the lotus feet of all the gopis or the Vrajvasis. And that is why Uddhava is praying. And that is the eternal Swarupa of Uddhava, as a creeper or a lata in Vrindavan. So, Uddhava, also very pure devotee. Vidura, also very pure devotee. And then we are meeting. Very important point coming out from this. The first thing, what it is done when they meet each other, Vidura is embracing as a father, as a senior person. He is embracing. In the Prabhupada, in the purport, Prabhupada writes that Uddhava bowed down before Vidura because he was younger. So he is bowing down, but Vidura is embracing. So what we learn from this particular verse, text number 25, is the proper etiquette. While we are associating with Vaishnavas, while we are meeting other devotees, what is the proper etiquette? A junior person will always bow down. और ऐसे हमारे भक्ति वृक्षा में भी होते हैं कई कई बच्चे, when we go to Friday they come and touch the feet, or when they come home, when a junior person will bow down, but the senior can embrace. We also do when, for example, a Kamal Nayan Prabhu ka beta Hitans comes home, he comes and touches the feet, but what I do is I just give him a big hug. So the person who is older can give a hug, but the person who is younger, he has the mood of respect. He is bowing down, he is touching the feet, and that is being exhibited by here Uddhava, that Prabhupada explains in the purport that he is bowing down, but Vidura is embracing him. This very important, the mood of awe and reverence on our side, that is being shown here. जैसे हमारे में जो भाव होता है, whenever we are meeting a senior person, we need to have a respectful mood, not a playful, joyful, or a friendly mood. But we need to internally, we need to have awe and reverence mood. The senior personality, they can exhibit jokingly, friendly mood. They can talk to us laughing and everything, but we cannot do jokes with them. For example, when Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Swami Maharaj came to Melbourne a few months back, and he was in the temple at in the morning program. I went there, and there was Aarti or Guru Puja happening. And he came, and then he put a hand on my shoulder, and then we started dancing together in the Aarti. स्वयं भगवान केशव स्वामी महाराज, आई स्टिल हैव अ वीडियो, ही जस्ट आया सीधे मेरा शोल्डर पे हाथ रख के डांसिंग शुरू किया. ही कैन डू दैट टू मी, बट इफ ही इज देयर एट द सेम प्लेस एट द सेम लोकेशन, आई कांट गो एंड पुट अ हैंड ऑन हिज शोल्डर एंड वी स्टार्ट डांसिंग. Many times it happens with the Maharaj or something. Maharaj would do some jokes, or he will put even Patri Prabhu, when he came, he started dancing, put a hand on my shoulder, and then we started dancing together. But in my mind, even if he do, I have to have a awe and respect, a reverence mood, respectful mood. they can exhibit. And here exactly same thing is happening. Uddhava is bowing down before Vidura, but Vidura is embracing him, by in a different mood. So that is what very important practical lesson coming out from this one, that our mood to the devotees, to the senior devotees, should be with always awe and respectful. They can have fun with us. They can do a joke or a friendly, fun talk as well as the gestures with us. But from our side, we need to always have a respectful mood. Many times, I remember once a devotee asked to Devamrit Maharaj that मेरे घर पे लड्डू गोपाल है और मैं उनको जब भी मैं काम से आता हूँ I ask the Laddu Gopal, "Ki haal hai Paji? Kya chal raha hai? How was your day?" And that's how I ask. That is my relation with my Laddu Gopal at home. And is there anything wrong in that? He asked to Maharaj, and Maharaj said, "Yeah, it's good to have a relationship with Lord, but it's better if you have a awe and respectful mood that Hare Krishna, this is how my day was, and with a respectful attitude rather than ki haal hai Paji," like that. So it's very important with the Lord, with the senior devotees, the awe and reverence mood should be there instead of a friend. The Sakhya Bhav or other bhavas, the friendly connections, that is very later stage of bhakti. That is a different level of bhakti. We can't tell ourselves as a devotee also. We are practicing devotee. We are sadhakas. And in that respectful mood and the seva bhav, that is very, very important. Okay. Let's do 27, 28 together.
Hare Krishna devotees, Bhagavatam text 3.1.27. Kachit kuruna paramasu hinno bhamasaste sukham anga sauri yo vai swasranam pitravaddadati varan vadanyo varkarp tarpanena. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please tell me whether the best friend of the Kurus, our brother-in-law Vasudev, is doing well. He is very munificent. He is like a father to his sister, and he is always pleasing to his wives. Hare Krishna.
And the next one here, you observe carefully. Previously, he asked, "How is Krishna Balram?" Here he is asking about the other family members. And the next verse also, Vidura is asking details about the family members. Remember, previously at Prabhas, before he came to the bank of river Yamuna and met Uddhava, he already knew the family members and all the relatives have departed. But now, again, when he meeting Uddhava here, he is asking the questions. Let's do one more. 20. Oh, no. Can someone see whose name or?
Puja Mataji.
Not there. No, okay, Radhika Mataji, you can do it.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Pranam to all. Kachit Gurunam Paramasuhrinno Bhamas Aste Sukhamanga Sori Yove Swashinnam Pitravadadati Varan Vadanyo Varatarpanena. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please tell me.
Mataji, it's the next one. 28.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay, continue.
Text 28. Kachedvarutha dhipipatir pradyum naste sukhamanga viraha yam rukmini bhagavato abhilebhe aradhya vipran smaran adi sarge. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Uddhava, please tell me, how is Pradyumna, the commander-in-chief of the Yadus, who was Cupid in a former life? Rukmini bore him as her son from Lord Krishna by the grace of Brahmanas, whom she pleased. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So again, Vidura is inquiring from Uddhava about the family members or all the relatives as well as the Yadu dynasty members. Here we know that already Vidura got the information previously, but he is asking again. Why is that? Prabhupada explains that in the purport. In the text number 25 in the purport, Prabhupada says that this inquiry of Vidura is not practical but psychological. कैसे कैसे समझने का इसको कि this inquiry is not practical but psychological, even though a person knows but still he is asking. Why to ask again once he already has the information? So Prabhupada explains this news was very shocking to Vidura and he was curious to confirm कि ये जो मैंने सुना है वो सही है क्या, and that is why we see in our own practical example also कि कई बार क्या होता है, जैसे कोई बच्चे का कुछ माइनर सर्जरी और समथिंग है, हॉस्पिटल में है, सर्जरी के लिए उसको अंदर ले गए और जब वो सर्जरी फिनिश हो जाता है, द डॉक्टर कम्स आउट एंड ही इज सेइंग टू द पेरेंट्स हु आर वेटिंग आउटसाइड द ऑपरेशन थिएटर कि सर्जरी वाज इज कंप्लीटेड एंड ही इज फाइन, एंड डॉक्टर चला जाएगा अपने ग्लव्स हाथ में निकाल के बिन में डाल के, एंड द डॉक्टर विल गो एंड ही वुड हैव सेड टू द पेरेंट्स कि सर्जरी इज फिनिश्ड एंड ही इज फाइन. लेकिन थोड़ी देर बाद 5 मिनट बाद अंदर से नर्स बाहर आती है, तो मदर क्या करेगी, फिर से नर्स को पूछेगी मेरा बेटा ठीक है ना, क्या सब कुछ ठीक गया ना, एज पर द प्लान एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, इवन दो मदर नोज दैट डॉक्टर हैज कंफर्म्ड द सर्जरी हैज फिनिश्ड एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, लेकिन मदर फिर से पूछती है नर्स को कि सब ठीक है ना क्या, और फिर थोड़े आधे घंटे बाद 1 घंटे बाद when they allow मम्मी को बेटे को मिलने का, फिर से मम्मी बेटे को पूछेगी ठीक है ना बेटा, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन और नॉट. सो यू सी that even though a person knows, because of the love and affection they want to confirm once again कि भाई सब ठीक है ना. And this is what exactly is being mentioned here as well by Prabhupada is explaining that not out of ignorance but because of the affection. लव डिमांड्स रीएश्योरेंस, बेटा तू ठीक तो है ना, बेटा तू ठीक है ना, सब कुछ ठीक है ना. एक बार पूछेगा, 2 बार पूछेंगे, 3 बार पूछेंगे, बिकॉज लव डिमांड्स रीएश्योरेंस. एंड दैट इज व्हाई विदुर जी इज आस्किंग again and again all these questions. We will see next many questions. The title, the name of this chapter is Questions by Vidura. We will see so many questions he is asking about so many family members, even though he knew exactly what has happened. So that's why it's not out of the ignorance, but it is because of the loving affection. हमारे लाइफ में भी कभी जैसे बच्चों को कोई स्कूल में अवार्ड मिलता है, तो the parents would have told the grandparents कि इसको अवार्ड मिला है, लेकिन जब ग्रैंड पेरेंट बच्चे से बात करेंगे तो पूछेंगे आपको अवार्ड मिला क्या, यू गॉट एन अवार्ड, इज इट फॉर व्हाट, इवन दो दे नो एवरीथिंग, सब कुछ पेरेंट्स ने बता दिया है फिर भी पूछेंगे. एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड लविंग अफेक्शन. एंड दिस इज व्हाई इफ यू रिमेंबर इन द फर्स्ट कैंटो आल्सो युधिष्ठिर महाराज व्हेन कृष्णा डिपार्टेड, Yudhishthir Maharaj also knew, but he was asking, around about all the different questions to Arjuna. Kya hua? Why are you morose? What happened? Did you not give enough charity? Did you not looked after the elderly people? Was there something wrong? Was there any insult by anyone? Like different questions he was asking, even though he knew, because of the love and affection. And the same thing is repeated here as well. Vidurji is asking questions. All right, let's see. One another important point coming out. Very nice learning point from text number 29, 30. दोनों रीड करो साथ में. कुंज बिहारी प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna everyone. Kachit sukham satvata vrishni bhoja dashakanam adipasa yam abhyasanchaj chatapatra netro nripasanasam paririta durat. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O my friend, tell me whether Ugrasen, the king of the Satvatas, Vrishnis, Bhojas, and Dasharas, is now doing well. He went far away from his kingdom, leaving aside all hopes of his royal throne. But Lord Krishna again installed him.
Further questions by Vidurji. Text number 30 as well. Shiva Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Text 3.1.30. Kwatsi dorisam me sutah sadriksha आस्ते गणिरथीनां साधु साम्बः असूतयं जाम्बवती प्रताढ्या देवं गुह्यं योऽम्बिकया धृतोग्रे. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. O gentle one, does Samba fare well? He exactly resembles the son of the personality of Godhead. In a previous birth, he was born as Kartikeya in the womb of the wife of Lord Shiva. And now he has been born in the womb of Jambavati, the most enriched wife of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Nice. See, what is coming out from here is even the Vidurji is on pilgrimage and he wanted to absorb, and that is why he left. That he was so busy in this palatial life, he had no chance to focus on meditate on Krishna, and that's why he goes on a pilgrimage. And then when he meets Uddhava, he is not telling to Uddhava, please tell me about Krishna Katha, I want to absorb and let's chant together or just focus on Krishna. But the loving or caring nature of Vidura is exhibited. He is asking for in Ugrasen, how is he doing? And he is asking for Samba, how is he doing? All the different personalities he is asking. Previously we saw also that Pradyumna ke bare mein pooch rahe hai. So Vidurji's, the care or the love aspect, that how instead of a selfish nature that I only want to meditate on Krishna and only my focus or my sadhana, but he's caring about others, is the love and affection nature coming out. Let's read one more, 31, Anirvin Prabhu. And then we will go through the deep meaning of these inquiries.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय क्षेमं च कच्चित् युयुधान आस्ते यः फाल्गुनाल् लब्धधनु रहस्यः लेभे अंजसा धोक्षजा सेवयाइव गतिं तदीयां यतिभिर्दुरापाम्.
Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. O Uddhava, does Yuyudhana fare well? He learned the intricacies of the military art from Arjuna and attained the transcendental destination, which is very difficult to reach even for great renouncers. Thank you, Guruji.
So here, Vidurji ka, the loving and caring affection, he was concerned about welfare of everyone, all the relatives, all the family members. That is coming out. When we meet someone, generally क्या होता है? How are you? What's happening? क्या चल रहा है? Business कैसा है? Job mate सब ठीक है ना? Or even in the temple when we meet many devotees, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hari Bol, क्या चल रहा है? ठीक है. And generally that's our conversation, how is everything? But here, Vidura is showing the deep love, care, affection and concern about the welfare of all. Balram, Krishna, Vasudev, Devaki. आगे देखेंगे उग्रसेन के बारे में, अक्रूरा के बारे में, सांबा के बारे में. This was particularly what we read 31, युयुधान के बारे में, प्रद्युम्न के बारे में, सबके बारे में पूछते हैं. And this caring nature is a natural characteristics of a devotee. To care, to concern, to have a welfare, to have a to make sure about the loving affection about others, not only selfish mentality, but for everyone, is a natural characteristic of a devotee. Devotional service does not only mean when we do seva only, like prasadam serving or for cleanup or pack up or deity dressing or making a garland for the Lord. That is, devotional service is not limited to that. Devotionals to have concern for others, to understand about the well-being and the welfare of others. किसी का ध्यान रखना, किसी के साथ अपनापन होना, किसी का personal attention and care होना, that is also a part of devotional service. And that is what being exhibited by Vidurji here. When we have a genuine concern, when we have a genuine concern for the welfare of other devotees, that becomes a pure devotional service. Many times people want to develop love for Krishna, but in the race of developing love for Krishna, people forget to develop love for the devotees. And this is very important that in the temple we go past many devotees. हम कितने लोगों को मिलते हैं, भक्ति वृक्षा में भी मिलते हैं many times. But instead of just saying, Hare Krishna or Hari Bol, here what is Vidurji is doing? He's pausing and asking everyone, how are you? How is happening? What's happening? How are they doing? what is happening to them. Just ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे ये शॉपिंग सेंटर में या बैंक में जाएंगे तो टेलर के पास हाउ आर यू, दैट इज ऑल सुपरफिशियल, हाउ आर यू डूइंग टुडे, और फोन में भी बैंक का फोन आएगा, हेलो हाउ आर यू, दे डोंट केयर व्हाट एवर वी आर डूइंग हियर, व्हाट इज बीइंग एग्जिबिटेड इज बाय द जेन्युइन, क्या चल रहा है, सब ठीक तो है ना, हाउ आर थिंग्स इन लाइफ, एवरीथिंग इज ओके। विदुर जी ऐसा नहीं बोलते कि हम धाम में है, लोगों के बारे में बातें मत करो, डायरेक्ट कृष्णा कथा करो और हमें एब्जॉर्ब होना है, या तो फिर अपनी माला पे ध्यान दो, ये सब फैमिली, दिस इज ऑल डिटैच होना है फैमिली लाइफ से, दिस इज ऑल मटेरियल अटैचमेंट एज अ बॉडीली अटैचमेंट, ऐसा नहीं बोलते विदुर जी उद्धव को, ही इज टेलिंग दैट talking or concerning about the family members or everyone is also part of devotional service, and that helps, and that is characteristic of a devotee. The caring nature, it is required. We can see in Srila Prabhupada life also, in the Lilamrita, Prabhupada is personally writing letters, how much his personal love, attention, caring for the welfare of all the devotees. Even though Prabhupada was traveling all around the world, he was managing, but he was writing personal letters. All the copies of the letters are still available, and you can see that how personally Prabhupada was taking care of each and every devotee in their personal situation, in the marriage, or what's happening with the wife, what's happening with the children, and some devotees doing the job and donating some percentage of money, and some pura Prabhupada, he was concerned about the welfare of everyone. In our Bhakti Vriksha also, when people don't come, we have the policy, at least I make sure, कोई नहीं आता तो मैं बोलता हूँ, जैसे for example, last Friday, one devotee didn't come. So right before we begin, I told Paramudara Prabhu, can you call person, and not that in the complaining mood कि आज Friday क्यों नहीं आए. The mood is everything okay? तबीयत ठीक है, आप आए नहीं तो is everything okay? The health is okay? और कुछ help चाहिए आपको? I didn't see you on Friday. That is in the welfare or in the caring nature, and we try to exhibit that in our Bhakti Vriksha also. जो भी नहीं आता, or even Friday service, if we are doing a Sunday service somewhere, and if a devotee who does regular seva, and if he is not there, we can pick up the phone and ask, is everything okay? तबीयत ठीक है, कुछ help चाहिए, आप आज नहीं आए. That is part of the devotional service. ऐसा नहीं है कि अपनी माला में, अपनी सेवा में focus रहो, don't entangle on these things. This is the package. It is part of the devotional service package. So here, in this particular section, we can see the Vidura's greatness not by the knowledge he has, but by the love and care he is showing. And that is what we see. And we will see till the end of the chapter, questions of Vidura is coming of different personalities, and he is glorifying that person. And then he is asking that how this person is glorious, he is connected with Krishna, and how is he doing. And that is what, and with the devotees, we are connected with Krishna, we are connected with Srila Prabhupada's movement. And that is why love and affection within this family member is very important. People will forget, बड़ा बड़ा philosophy दिया है, बड़ा बड़ा lecture दिया है, or great achievements we have done in the bhakti, people will forget. But if we have shown love and care to someone, if we have shown our loving affection to someone, people will never forget that. And that is what, that will be giving the strength of a person to progress in bhakti. Philosophy is there, it is important at one level, but it's the love and care that is more important. People do not care how much we know. People do not care how much we know, but people want to know that how much we care. हम उनका कितना केयर करते हैं, that is what matters to them. So let's focus, from today's particular Srimad Bhagavatam session, we can focus on the spiritual care, we can focus on the devotee care, and rather than only focusing on our own self, we can try to imbibe this mood. किसी को कुछ help का जरूरत है, किसी से अच्छे बात किया, किसी का welfare पूछा, किसी को phone उठा के बोल दिया, how are you? Yesterday when I was meditating on this verse, and immediately just to try to do apply, I called one devotee. And I said, how are you, Prabhu? बस ऐसे ही phone किया, आप सब ठीक तो चल रहा है ना? And that person like, Prabhuji, thank you so much. You called. I felt so good. ऐसा without any reason और कुछ काम नहीं होता फिर भी पूछने के लिए phone किया. That person, and I know that person is in temple for 25 years. He is in a very big position or doing big service and that. But I just picked up the phone and I said, Prabhuji, कैसा है? So good conversation we had. Prabhuji, this is so nice that we care for each other. So uh, this particular mood is exhibited in different places in Bhagavatam also. For example, if you know Vyasadeva, first canto only, Vyasadeva was despondent, he was not satisfied. He divided full Veda into 4 Vedas. He has compiled Mahabharata and Puranas and everything. Kitna knowledge hoga. But after everything also he was dissatisfied. At that time what happened? Narad Muni comes. When he was dissatisfied, when he was despondent, Narad Muni comes and helps him. It happens, even Parikshit Maharaj ke time pe bhi, when he was sitting fasting till that, Sukdev Goswami appears. When Dhruv Maharaj was disturbed, he was going to forest, Narad Muni appears. So when someone is in need, that helping the devotee, showing the welfare, concern or caring nature, it is very important. And that is what particularly we can see from this particular section of Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, we'll stop at text number 31. We'll start from 32 tomorrow. Yes, Atiti Gunasundari Mataji, let's do a quick recap, and then if anyone has any questions, we can do.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, devotees, for giving this service. Prabhuji, we discussed that how Vidura met with Uddhava at the bank of river Yamuna, and at there, basically, first thing we discussed that he didn't need to go to Dham. Vidurji didn't need to go to Dham. His house was Dham because Krishna used to come to his house every now and then. So why did he go? Every time we discuss about there is an external reason and the internal reason of these leelas. So external reason was, as we know, that he left the palace because of Duryodhana's insult. But internal reason was that this meeting with Vidura, with matrimony, which has to happen, and then discussion about the Lord Shri Krishna was to happen. That is what we discussed in today. We discussed about different leelas as well, like reasons of internal and external reasons for Mausal Leela, then Krishna leaving planet as well. Then we discussed how we should take care of others, like a devotee care. Like when we meet with junior persons, when we need to, the junior person, we discuss about the etiquettes. The junior person will bow down, but the senior person will embrace them. So as a junior person, we have to bow down. It depends on the senior person what he wants to do. So we cannot, we have to always have the awe and reverence as a junior person, but as a senior person, they can have jokingly mood or any other mood they can exhibit. So we need to have that etiquette in the devotee circle. Now, when Vidura was asking different questions, he didn't ask about how to, chant and how, what's devotional service, or he didn't ask only about Krishna. He was asking about Krishna's extended family members. So by that, he was showing the love and affection and care towards other devotees. As we know, Vidura asked different questions about different family members. So that shows that our focus should be on the devotee care, on the spiritual care, and welfare of different devotees. So in the devotee circle as well, we can ask about these questions. As you mentioned that, if somebody doesn't come, who is a regular person, we can call them and ask, how is he doing? Is everything okay? So, and, when we meet people, we should ask about their welfare and their family members. So just to take care of others. And of course, devotee care is important along with all the other services. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Very nicely summarized. Yeah. Any questions, feedback, comment, suggestions? Do you think it's very important to have devotee care or a spiritual care?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I remember that you taught in one of the previous sessions the different categories of bhaktas, like the Kanishtha Adhikari, the lower initial bhakta will only pay attention to Lord, but the Madhyam Adhikari, he pays attention to the devotees of the Lord also, and then somebody who reaches the highest level, Uttam Adhikari, he is actually paying attention to not only devotees of the Lord, but every single living entity. He's looking after them and thinking welfare of them as well. That I remember, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you.
Prabhuji, also, there's a devotee care department in the temple, in every temple. We don't hear much about that, Prabhuji. Could you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, it's a new initiative started by spiritual care, because what was happening in ISKCON is so much effort is going on to get new members. For example, they do Sankirtan on the street, they do big Bhagavad Gita programs, and so book distribution and all those things programs are happening to have more and more people join this movement. But what is happening, or what was happening, is people who are already in the movement, those who are already chanting, or those who, there is not much care, there is not much spiritual or a devotee care being provided. So the new initiative started, I think it was during, or it was there before, but it just became more visible after COVID, that spiritual care or the devotee care, the seminars, and there are few Mumbai devotees, they travel all around the world, especially focusing on this aspect, devotee care. And I personally see that the devotee care is very essential. हम माला ठीक से करते हैं, that is different story, but आपकी माला ठीक से, are you chanting 60 round, but what is happening personal level पे, the person might be needing some help, and what I think is भगवान की सेवा तो है, लेकिन it needs lot of pious credit to do service of Lord Sri Krishna and Radha Rani. But if we serve the Vaishnavas, if we give our love and affection to them, if we care for them, if we are concerned for the welfare of the devotees, Lord will surely be pleased. So we can work on that. This movement, especially the Hare Krishna movement or Srila Prabhupada's movement, definitely can have more loving or a caring aspect to the whole movement, for the devotee care. It is very much required. Puja Mataji, you unmuted.
Yes, Prabhu. It is one of the very important reasons for somebody to continue to stick in the congregation. I feel like, and it's not only just receiving the care, but also when you give the care, you feel so empowered as a, instrument of Krishna. So it's very encouraging for a devotee to help somebody as well in the congregation.
Amazing. Thank you so much. All right, let's join in tomorrow from text number 32. Anyone assigned for tomorrow? No. Who would like to do? Anyone? I mean, starting is there, Anirvin Prabhu, but end, tomorrow's end. Chalo, okay, message me.
Chetan Prabhu can do, Prabhu.
Okay, message me if you want to do. Okay, anyone. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.